Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Hammering again. I barely gotten the sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help clear my head up at least. I think I'm ready to meet with Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe the sin years out, shall we? Okay. Okay, go to the gate. And go over here. If you have business with the Crystal Exarch, just say the word and I'll be happy to escort you to the Ocular. Thank you for seeking me out, Griffin. It meant a lot to have you there at my side. I was tempted to set off again at a moment we had decided upon a direction, but you have still to visit Alphino, haven't you? If I know my brother, he's on the cusp of discovering something vital to our success, if he hasn't already. I'm content to stay here and consider our options for the time being. But don't keep me waiting too long, eh? Man, I'm glad I went to you first. Compared to what I have to deal with Alphino, I kind of want to delay that. Whenever I come to Crystarium, I can never get that to sink in. The sands of Elmering seem like a world away, and yet they both lie under the same wretched sky. Hi. We'll visit Alphino and Colusia then, excellent. As mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need a mount capable of making the journey. Here's a letter of introduction presented to Master of Beasts at Temonos Rookery, and he will take care of you. Okay. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regards.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Hey, thank you for serenading me with your tale, Adbert? Was that his name? Adbert? I know it ended with a Bert. I don't know how it starts. We arrive. This is the Cracked Shell Beach on the eastern coast of Colusia. We should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin Eater attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. What a relief! It's the people you should be wary of. Oh my. Spy you that city in the distance. This is Ilmore, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale and was once an ally in our battle against the abominations. Once an ally, but for years the Ilmoran elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. Really? They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection if we bend the knee. Oh, fuck those guys. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Ilmar is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. Fair enough. I am glad we understand each other. Now the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. Okay. Listen closely while I give you these quest items and experience. Sure. I wonder what made him decide to make the first Amaja all furry and stuff. I kind of like it. I mean, it's kind of like, it makes them different enough. Blaney deems it worthy of your undivided attention, okay? If you head south along the coast, you will eventually come to a fisherman's shack, okay? A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name Ebor. Ebor keeps an eye on everything that just happens in close and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme. That will let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with Amaru until you're ready to return. Thank you! You are very patient and generous. Sup, Ebor? Oh, it's Kamari! Oh my god, Kamari isn't really that much taller than me, and I'm the smallest size row. What you after, fish? Crab? I think I've got an eel in the barrel somewhere, if you've a taste for him. Eel I find alright, they're just really super bony. Bake thyme. Oh, do I love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in the pan, it's like a bloody festival of flavor. Really? Now, what is it I can do for you? I can't say there been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. Alphino, eh? I know that one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Wilmore is richer than all of Norvent put together, really. But it's a different story for them as live outside the city. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication for helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now. Get a message to him. But you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Still Tide, that's the fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there and I'll see that Alphino joins you. Thanks, Kamari. It's pretty, yeah. Pretty in a eerie way. Oh god, look at this green lion! Wow! Oh, hi. Yeah, just do that for me. Thank you. Have you any for me? Your palm is green. I mean, your palm is blue. Oh, Griffin Fire wasn't. I'm afraid that if I did, of course, do with speed and gusto. Fuel was saying that the delivery movables from beyond, whatever that is, Kupo, have high hopes for you. I wonder if they have high hopes for me, too. Yeah, that would be the first thing to come to mind. If they have high hopes for you, what about me? Okay, where was I doing? Caddy, what a curious name. I've had enough for a moment. Fish keeps us healthy, see, and everyone needs to eat their share. I will not argue against that. Fish is pretty good. Okay, so I need to find some shitty ale house called the Leaky something. Leaky Keel. Pretty easy since there's no sign on any of these advertising such. I'm guessing this one. Leaky Keel. Oh my gosh, what a tiny tavern. Alright, Deva. Yes, dear. Buy a drink or out you go. The seats are paying customers. Alright, fair enough. This is your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What'll you be having? Should I just go for water? Ale, mead, water. Mead is kind of like honeyed alcohol, right? That sounds good. Fine choice. And what will you be paying with? Oh no, those are exotic. Where'd you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear. I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to sell test their purity. And I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbors, so we'll just have to come to some other arrangement. Here's an idea. There's sorry, that's my phone. I should probably turn that on mute since that's people from my Discord talking. Alright. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What say you a bit of extermination work? Oh, more fetch quests. Goody. I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be an old silo next to the fence snoring. Like as not. Do that for me and you can laze about here as long as you like. Oh, okay. A little work to be a lot lazy. Fair exchange. Okay, so what am I gonna do with this? Man, this reminds me of that fetch quest in Gridania where I had to fight a bunch of bees. Oh, exactly like these ones! What a coincidence. Who knew that, how many levels ago was that? 60? 70? No, 60. 60 levels later I would be doing the exact same thing. Alright, barred door. Knock knock. Alright, let's knock louder. Knock knock. Well, what am I supposed to do? I can't just crash in. What is that? Mice? No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The law gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor, just rats have taken up residence in their absence. Huh? Okay, so nobody was here. Nobody was here for a very long time. So what is up with that? My god, this is super slow. I don't like it. My bird walks as if, well, I can't think of a good, description of it, but it walks super slow, man. Oh, there's so many people in it. Ooh, look at this lion dude. And then look at this pink bunny lady as usual. Oh, and look at this lady with glasses. Neat. Hi. Welcome back there. What that good for nothing caretaker has to say for himself. There's no one there. Gone. Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Gate Town, outside Yulmore. You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house. I don't need to get crunk right away. I mean, water was fine. I could have just said that. Why do you have ominous blue alcohol there? Is that for the happy hour?
How is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Isn't Alphina wearing like one of those fancy...
Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, isn't Alphina wearing one of those fancy sweaters, that crafting sweaters? Anyway. Oh, my elf son, I've missed you so much. Not that I didn't miss I'll say, but I miss Alphina more.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alphino, you really are a dear.
Yeah,
Well,
that's my boy.
I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
Alphina, why don't you ever grow up? I think I don't want you to grow up.
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu.
Yeah, weren't you the first to get taken? I don't
It has been
remember
even
anymore.
longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
I missed you too. Yeah, I was more worried about you. We thought we'd lost you.
Huh. Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
Oh, do you want me to tell you about that weird shit that I saw with Alice? Because I can tell you about that.
I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change.
Yeah, she's basically the head of the science now, since everyone kind of passed out.
But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
Formless and deadly weapon. The catalyst for calamity. You mean the Black Rose? Oh yeah, you were investigating that with Gaius.
Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more.
Right.
Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail.
Oh, I'm dying to hear it. And by that I mean, I better get my pillow.
But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat.
Oh, I just wanted to mention that was kind of what the worth of the side quest was, because there was a side quest outside of Castrum Oriens that first described and introduced the Black Rose. So it has a little bit more meaning now that they introduced it to the MSQ.
One being Sin Eaters, of course.
Mm-hmm.
They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
Into politics? Not really, but hey, you know what? I will be with you every step of the way.
And so we take to the road once more.
Alright. Man, this tavern got really busy. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we time our arrival just right, we may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Yulmar, despite my best efforts to do so. From here we must head west and then cross a small bridge. Alright, we're going to Fat Cat Place. Which is funny because Fat Cat is usually a term to describe rich people. And the rich people are literally Fat Cat. Oh my god, look at this huge ass chameleon. Calusian iguana. Oh, excuse me, it's an iguana. Calusia seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a similar impression of the Hysterium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. To think that whenever a calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No, get away from me! Oh, what? Over there. Quick, someone's in trouble. You know what I don't understand is that... Isn't Hydaelyn and Zodiac the essence of light and dark, so why is it that an overpowering why is it that their powers overtaking a reflection makes it completely uninhabitable? Like I still don't understand it. Like having too much of their power overtake the source just corrupts it, and I don't know what the words to say, but yeah. That's really bad. Oh, thank the fates. Look out. Don't worry about it. Forgiven cowardice. Oh, I'm not forgiving you. My poor heart, thank you, young miss. Oh, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings, but I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you alright, madame? It's a few bruises from where I fell, nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. Honestly, I thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were. I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Yulmar with the rest of them. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate that you're not safe even in your own place with these white assholes running around threatening to eat you. Even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. That is unfortunate reality. Thank you again. You saved my life now. I'm sure a strapping lass like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's naught to be had here but cobwebs and memories. Should the Sun Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. What have you been told of these monsters? Dude, you wanna know about the shit I've seen? I've been told a lot. Also, it would be well qualified to speak of the subject. Compared with Amarang, Calusa is almost a haven, but as you saw, we cannot let our guard down. Had you arrived but a few moments later, the Sin Eaters would have claimed another victim. Still, we have won a small victory this time at least. Now shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west.